Good morning, everybody. Hey, today we're going to be going over the importance of having a CRM and a website as a foundation to your real estate business. So, what happens a lot of times is an agent will come into the industry and think, hey, I'm just going to show people houses and I'm going to make money. That's not quite how this industry works. There's a lot of work that goes into this, and the ones who are most successful and stay in the business are the ones who understand that they need that foundation first. You're not going to go and sell a ton of deals if you don't have the foundation. So, your CRM and your website is your foundational piece in the real estate industry. So it's important that you initiate your business by starting to utilize this technology that will help you expand and get clients faster. So, some of the things to keep in mind are that when you use the CRM, that 95% of the top performing agents report that they use a CRM. So 95 of the top percent are utilizing a CRM. Then, excuse me, the people who are without a CRM, only 26 of them have been able to be a top producer. So your likelihood of being successful, if you have a CRM, shows that 95 of them are actually pretty successful in the industry. A few other things to keep in mind is with this CRM systems, they will aid you in minimizing the amount of work you do in a week. Now, there's some upfront exercises and practices and templates you have to put in place, but once you have it in place, on average, it's been proven to save agents about 10 hours a week. That's significant. That's almost a full day's worth of work. It is more than a full day's worth of work, except for if you're a real estate agent. Sometimes you might work longer. But that's a significant amount of savings. And also, to get referral and repeat business, 80% of CRM users report that they get a better relationship with their clients, and they actually get referrals from those leads. And they'll say about 30 to 40% of their past clients will give them referral business. That's a huge chunk of your real estate business. So it's very important that you guys understand that staying organized means you can scale. If you could be doing 5 transactions a month, but you can't scale if you don't have a system to keep you organized, because you're trying to think, oh, when's that transaction due? When is this orange money due? When's this due? So there's so many moving parts. And even if you start to get busy with your clients, then you won't have time to then do prospecting. But if you have a system that is going to then alleviate some of those worries, then you will be able to better expand and be less stressed out, and to be able to be consistent in doing your real estate business and not burning yourself out. So that's just some food for thought with that. So now, if you're coming into Realty Path main website library, we do offer 2 separate systems currently for agents. There's a lot of CRM and website systems out there. We offer for free is pro agent websites. So if you come into here and then you scroll down and you look at marketing and products, actually I went back there. You can go to real estate technology. You're going to scroll down and you'll see free personal website by Pro Agent Websites. So this website is going to give you a basic website where you can log into, and it's going to look like this. So here's my content. So I can look at my contact manager, and here's all of your contacts. And then if you look at site editor, this will take you to your site where you can go ahead and change different aspects to the home. So if I can look at the welcome message, here's a bunch of details about the welcome message. I can generate an AI template for the title, meta keywords, so what's going to make it stand out. And then if you come into some other pieces like the design, you can change your design. They have a bunch of different templates that can fit your style and liking. Some of the templates are pretty decent. Some of them are a little bit dated. You also have options for video tutorials talking about everything. Now you can upgrade through the different packages. You do get the free basic website, but if you do want to upgrade to get some extra abilities, you will be paying for the account as well. So let's go back to our dashboard, and you can see metrics and things are going on here. But most importantly, you want to go look at your contact manager and your site editor. So your website is what people will see when they search. Your contact manager, this is your CRM, in which will tell you who's who and how to put plays together. So if I get a new person coming, I can just add in their information here and then click save, and they will be added to my system, right? Then if I click on that person's name, we'll go pull this one up. I can see phone number, if there's an email, other phone numbers, the address, the tax status, online alerts, next closing, next birthday, next anniversary, some things that you can keep and have reasons to be in touch with them. And you can also put a spouse or a partner in that area as well. You can also take notes and add tasks. There's other activities. You can send text messages. There are some fees associated with the text messaging. You can have listings, and this can be associated with the IDX feed through the MLS. But let's go ahead and say we'll add a task here. So we're going to go ahead and add a task and say send market update, right? So I can set a time frame, I can click save, set up an appointment, whatever you want to do, and then that would then make you a task list within your CRM, so that way you can remember and follow up with them. So the next thing, if you wanted to send an email, all you got to do is going to go automatically to that person, and you can send the email directly from here. Now you can do a mass email. You go back to our contact list, and I can just select all these, or I can email that whole group, and then it's going to populate everything in here, so you don't have to individually invite all of those people one at a time. That would be a disaster. Now you can make a group queues. I don't have anything in here right now. I use our other system, but you could have here's all the veterans, and here's all of the mothers, and here's maybe all the Latinos. Maybe if you want to do if you have like a Cinco de Mayo event or something, whatever it might be, you can set these different items so you can specifically target certain groups depending on what you want to talk about. So then we can come back over here. You can also do a video email. This will take a minute. So allow while using site. Well, it's showing that I don't have a camera set up, probably because it's in use right now. But you would be able to do that if you're not currently recording a training tutorial. But you could go ahead and then send a message to your clients as well. So if you wanted to upload leads from another source, you can do that. And you can label lead types. So you got sellers, clients, blogs, bogus, closed, prospects, a bunch of other items too. You can change them and keep them organized that way. You can export your leads too if you want to go to another one. Creating tags. So this is where you want to set different tags. So let's just put, like, since I work with veterans, I'll put one that's veterans here. So update. And then I'm going to add in, maybe we'll put like Utah County. Maybe if I do different events in different areas, I can invite those respective people. And there's a lot of different things you can create here. I'm going to do one that's basketball, because then I can reach out to people in regards to basketball, something I enjoy, etc., etc. So you can go ahead and create all those different things, and then you can message specific groups rather than just clicking through your whole list. Okay. This is, again, pretty basic, your CRM system. We do pay for you guys to have a free system. So if you're a part-timer and you need a website, but you really aren't going to spend that much time in the industry, this is a great option. You might as well get a free website and a CRM system. But if you're really looking to be successful in the industry, I highly suggest that you pick a system that can be adaptive to a lot of different types of content. And so, although that this is a great platform, if you're really trying to take your real estate to the next level, we also offer KV Core, which has been rebranded as Bold Leads or Bold Trail. And so if I log into Bold Trail or my previously KV Core account, this is my dashboard. It's a lot more modern. A lot of technologies are incorporated with this. Now with this one is an expensive program. If you were to go buy it through KV Core or Bold Trail directly, they would charge you anywhere from $500 to $700 a month with a 6 month to 1 year contract. And so that's a huge expense for our system. Luckily, RealtyPath has purchased a bunch of seats for agents to have this, and they have subsidized the cost to only be $59 a month for the agents. And there's a lot of tools incorporated here. Now, for you as part of the agents in the JumpStart program, you actually get offered this program for free for a whole year. So they're really trying to get you getting started to get your feet wet and get more deals in the process. And when they know that by giving you a good system that you'll be able to produce very well. And I'll show you a lot of the things in this system, and I'll kind of explain how you can become proficient in either one of these systems over time. So as I come in here, the reason why this is so important is I can come in here and I can see people are asking different questions. There's a new lead asking about a single family home. I've got someone looking at a couple properties. I've got another person looking at some properties, and I can go right in here. I can email, call, send a video, or send a text message directly from my system and say, hey, do you have any more questions about this? Do you want me to go set up a time to go and take a look? All sorts of items that would be beneficial to you. So this is just your overlook. And then if you come on your left-hand side, just like the other one, you have contacts here. Now I can look at my contacts, and it's going to populate and pull stuff up. So I'm going to go ahead. Here's a new lead. I can come in here and give it a rating. Contact us. This is from my website, so I know where it came from. This one came from this phone number, which means they saw my sign writer at a listing. And there's a lot of different sources here. So they called a different phone number from the website. This one's from my sign writers. This one's a property boost, so I boosted social advertising for one of my listings. So you can see a lot of different things. I can change these leads to be different options, from a new lead to an active lead to client, contract, closed, archived, to stay organized with your clientele. Because if you're only dealing with a couple people, you can manage that. But as you grow, then it becomes unmanageable. And then you start to lose clients because you don't remember who they were, and it's a lost opportunity. So if you train yourself how to utilize these systems when you're slower, then when it builds up, you can easily build up without having to then go back and say, well, I'm too busy, so I need to learn how to do a CRM system, but I don't have time to learn to do a CRM system because I'm too busy. So it becomes this dichotomy of like, well, what do? Do I slow down my business so I can then learn how to do my CRM? Or do I just keep doing what I'm doing and then things slow down? Now I'm like, well, I need business, so I don't have time to go do my CRM because I need to go find a new business. So this is why it's so important that you actually spend the time now as a new agent to know the ins and outs of a CRM system. So that way when you do build up, you can do it continually and progressively without overwhelming yourself. So if I come in here, I can actually go in and look at tags. And I can look at my different hashtags here. Like I've got a zip code, someone from one, if I have it from a lender, I want to recognize that. Neighbors, friends, we've got some Latinos if we're doing anything like that. Nosy Neighbor, another platform. Family, I've got basketball, all sorts of different, the Brazilians, since I speak Portuguese, veterans, all sorts of different things. So you can keep track and then message those individual groups, so that way you're not sending like a Happy Mother's Day to a bunch of men, but just the women, or Happy Veterans Day, and everyone's like, well, I'm not a veteran. Because if they see a lot of content that's not relative to them, then the likelihood of them unsubscribing goes higher. But if it's relevant information tailored to them, then they will be more engaged, and you're going to build more relationships that way. So now if I go down to the listings here, differently than the other platform with that we showed you guys here on ProAgent websites, on here I can actually see my listings automatically. So I'm going to go to my listings right here, and you'll be able to see a couple of my listings here. If I click on my listing, it already has a bunch of assets that you can use, like flyers and everything else. I still prefer to use Canva for flyers. It's just there's a lot more availability and options, but they do offer you that here. Now the cool thing is that this will automatically pull from the MLS and create me a website, an individualized website for this specific property. And then as they come in through here, someone looks at it, they snoop around, and then it makes them give me an email or use their Facebook or Google, so that way I can be in contact with them. And if they don't, well, then it's going to send them back to my home page for my website. So really it generates that information, and then it will send it to your CRM, so then you can start to build relationships and potential clients in that process. So going back to here, you can also boost your property online, so market it. This is what it's going to look like as the ad. And then I will say, do I want to mark it as an open house? Then I'll just say the open house and time frame. And then I'll click next, put the time frame in here, and then do a payment, and then send it off. But just for time's sake, I'm going to just show you guys a new listing one. And then here's what the payment structures are like. If you want to mark it for 3 days, it's $55. If you want to mark it for 3 weeks, it's $169, and $250 is 4 weeks. And so here's showing you how many ad views you're going to get, and then you'll get a handful of potential leads coming from that. Now it depends on the property and the location and the market, but on the low end I get about 5 from one of these boosts leads. On the high end I've gotten like 40 something, and I didn't even have time to reach out to everybody. So but this is a great way to market the property, get people to an open house, and get a lot of benefits. Also in this program, it does give you a mobile app. Unlike ProAgent websites, you do have a mobile app here that you can go in and send messages and add people directly to your CRM, so you don't have to wait to get home and get on your desktop and put it in. You also have an open house app, so you can put on your iPad or tablet. At the open house, they will sign in, and then unlike when you have like a list, you write their names, you can't read their names, or they give a wrong email. This will verify it's a valid email, takes their names, put it into your CRM system, so you'll automatically get a notification, and then you can put them into a play where they will automatically get an email. Thanks for coming to my open house. What did you think? Do you have any questions? I've gotten a lot of responses from people coming to those open houses, and we generated a lot of business that way. So, yeah, great for listings. You can also go to company listings as well, and we'll just say here's another person who's got a listing on KV Core, and I'll say, you know what, I want to boost this guy's stuff and send it to my stuff. You can boost another agent's information or properties and build leads off of that, and that will come directly into your feeds as well. Okay, so now this is going to take us down to marketing. So there's a lot of systems in here. You can go through social media. There's a listing machine. There's present. A lot of different things. I'm going to show you guys the presentation tool. This is going to allow for you to share messaging with potential clients and explain to them why should they list with you or why should they buy with you. And then you can add in custom slides that you make through their system, but they'll be saved. But they have already their own slides in place that you can utilize as well. So let's just show here. I've got a seller's presentation, then you have buyers. So we'll start with a buyer. And the first time you utilize this, it's going to take you a few minutes to prepare things. But this is prepared for, I'm going to say, John Smith. Okay, and then I'll just call that good. And then I'll go to the next. If you wanted to upload an image, you can add an image in the background. So let's see if I can select an image here for you guys. Just for time's sake, we won't put an image, but you can put like a picture of a property or your team or whatever you want in the background. And then you go on to the next slide. So here is why I'm the right buyer's agent, and gives you a breakdown. Okay. And you can add more slides in here. So you've got this slide, why buyers want what buyers want from their agent. You know what? I want to include that one. That's a custom one. Here I've added some videos and stuff. Like I took a picture of my listings or my reviews. I think people will like that. And then a buyer testimonial video. I'm going to add my buyer testimonial video and my about me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add those slides in here. And you can change it up depending on which type of client you have. Maybe you want to be a little bit softer, more aggressive. Buyer's agent compensation. This is going to break that explanation down. So now that takes us to the next step. So I'm going to go ahead and click present and share. And this only took me like what? A couple minutes. Now, creating those individual slides, took longer. I spent a couple hours the first time to create a bunch of slides. But then now I just click, click, click which ones I want, and it's ready to go. So if I go ahead and open preview, this is what it's going to look like when I present it or you share it with someone. So here I can say, why am I the right buyer's agent? And I can just read from these things. Local market knowledge, I have the deep understanding of the local real estate market. Experience and expertise, with extensive real estate experience, I bring valuable knowledge and expertise. Client-centered approach, my commitment is for first service ensures prioritizing your needs. So this kind of gives you like a template to follow by, and says paperwork. 7% buyers need their agent's help with paperwork. Financing, 3% of buyers rely on their agent to determine how much house they can afford and to help them find and arrange financing. Then it's 12% of buyers depend on their agent to negotiate the price and the terms of the sale. Finding the right home, 50% of buyers look at the agent to help them, and 7% of buyers want to know what the houses are worth nearby. So these are reasons to hire. And then you can go into like, yeah, hey, this is a little bit about me and the things that I stand for. And then I can give the video testimonial, and they can click directly on this.
I mean, for me, it's just that reassurance of knowing that you got somebody that's got your back.
For me, with the infield team, it was more knowledge and experience.
And then you can move on, and then here's your breakdown, and this will take you to educate you, research properties, due diligence, negotiate for you, all the things that you will do for them. And then here you talk about the compensation. Compensation is negotiable. Buyers and sellers negotiate compensation with their agents. Costs are explained to buyers and sellers. And so really it makes it very simple for you to explain this, and then it talks about the process of buying a home. So now you have a very clean, crisp looking presentation, and you can email this presentation over to them. Back here you can add a video link, so then you can just have a conversation like we're doing right now. It'll show your face and you walk them through these options. And then you can share the presentation with them at the very end, and this will actually track where they click, how long they stayed on a page, so then you can understand what may be holding them back. So I love this presentation tool. One of the best ones whenever I go do a listing presentation and another agent just shows up with some printed documents and I come in with a full-fledged presentation with video content, it's just no-brainer. We come prepared to the table. So now for social, you can come into here, and I have another system that helps me with my social media, but this is a great system. So here you can have articles, you can have a post about holidays, You can have your listings being shown, or in market listings that are relative to what you put in criteria. Now, I only put like a high threshold for some of these listings. So you can see there's like 0, 0, 0, 0. That means it's not going to post anything because nothing reached the criteria. But I have some high-end properties that are coming up that they're going to be posting about on those other days, which is what I wanted to really share on my platform. Then you'll see different articles that I can post about. So I can go settings and preferences, social media contact. So I focus on Facebook and LinkedIn. That's why I don't really do much on X. For articles, these are the articles I want to talk about. Now I can add more. There's a lot more. If you want to talk about food or finance, if that's your thing, and you can change the days for which you want to be posted. It can be every day. It can be once a week. You can set it up a couple of different days. I like Tuesdays and Thursdays because generally Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will post something about a property, whether I have an open house or a new listing or just sold. And so these are automatically connected to your social media accounts to do postings on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter as well if you've got an account there. And if you have your Facebook tied to your Instagram account, then it will post to both locations so long as it fits the parameters of Instagram. All right, so let's go back here, and then you'll see the listing machine. So this is, I showed you guys a little bit about this, but you can see information about the property, and these are assets or templates. So it already will put together a postcard for you. You can have a flyer. You can add hashtags, a two-sided, short. So there's different colors and schemes that you can utilize for the design. If I wanted to go to video, I can go ahead and click on the video promotion, and it will pull the details there and then share that online as well. So whatever you're looking at, there's a lot of options here for you to choose from that you can post online to your different platforms without having to create anything. So it's great. Again, I do still prefer using Canva. There's a lot more variety as you have thousands of people contributing. But this is a great starting point to work with. So now you have additional options for marketing, like sending messages. But if we go back to our contacts, and let's say I got this guy, I click on the name, I can go into any individual and put bits and pieces of information. I can give a presentation, I can add a task, just like in the other platform. I can share contact, I can update and send valuation. I can transfer lead, I can merge lead, a bunch of different items there. But here's some other cool things you can do is I can do a market report. I can share the feelings of the market in the neighborhood. I can also do a listing valuation on their property. And this is going to use aggregate data so they can just have a basic knowledge. And then they'll reach out to you. Hey, do you think my house is really worth this much? I'll say, you know what, let me do a full evaluation. Let me come by and swing by your property, see what it looks like, and then I can give you that breakdown. So then coming back over here, you can see where things are in the process. They raise a question, and then I can add another hashtag, whether it's like bogus or something else where you don't want to pay attention to the person. And then I can say, is it a seller, or is it a buyer, or is it both? And so this one's a buyer, so I'll keep that, and then I'll undo the seller. And the system's going crazy for me, going back and forth. But there's a summary. You can edit information. So then you can actually edit right here if you wanted to add their address. And now you've got everything in one location where you can communicate with them. And so, and then you can do like a post-close campaign or set up additional appointments. Very, very thorough system that can really keep you organized with your clients on when to keep in touch. Because keeping everything on top of your head is just not going to happen. So then what you want to look at in your website, you can make adaptations to your website here. Some of the things that I really enjoy is the landing pages that you can work on, but here on your websites you can go to the general and you can break down different styles and you can change information there as well. Here's your testimonials. You can hide Zillow reviews from testimonials or connect Zillow reviews from to testimonials. You can put that here. And then you have inherent child testimonials, and then background video YouTube ID if you wanted to have YouTube in the back. A lot of different things that you can share on here that will aid your system. So really it's pretty simple on how you can update your system. You can change your carousel. Here I've got listing carousel 1, homepage listing carousel 2, but you can have multiples and change those around as well. Alright, so if I wanted to edit the content of the website, here I am in the editing format, so I can just click right in here and I can delete that, but I'm going to put it back in featured areas. Okay, so then I can move stuff around if I want to move this one over here or change the spelling and update somewhat what's offered in these sections. There's a lot that you can do in this platform that will really make it clean and crisp for the agents as you have clients looking through your website system. Coming back into the marketing, there's a lot of different marketing pieces that you can utilize here. So you have the CMA builder. I didn't show you guys this, but you can actually do a CMA directly from here and put that in part of your presentation. Then you just type in who is it for. I'll just put we'll put John Smith. Again, you'll put that in here. You build CMA. Property location 6 West North. This is my go-to property, and then I'll build CMA. It's generating. Okay, so this one didn't have enough information on that specific property, but what you can do is when you go back to the presentation, then you will go in and create a listing presentation, and it will start with the CMA portion. We did the buyer one. I showed you guys that here just a minute ago. Okay, so here's the seller one. I can go ahead and click start. I'll put in the address. So we'll go ahead and put in the 786 West. There it is. Single family, 6-bedroom, total bath, it's actually 3. Square footage, 1950. Yes, next comparable details. So now it's going to automatically pull stuff, and I can come in here and change the parameters and add in extra IDs in here. But let's just go with what we've got. Okay, I'm going to say next build CMA. And it's going to pull the automatic ones. I could have gone in and made some adjustments to it, but here it has some wide ranging options. And let's just say I think the price should be specifically $560,000. I'll add that in here, and there goes my price. But maybe I'd rather give a range, $560,000 to maybe $580,000. And then I'll add that in here. It'll show it in the same spot, but with a variety of price points. Then you can change this to square footage as well, changing how that looks. And then you have a bunch of these different pieces that can actually show different charts of recent sales and graph charts showing where the trend is going and what to expect with price per square footage and change in the rate. So very quick, minimal. Now you should put a little bit more time into looking at which properties should be included and excluded initial stage, but you can have a great CMA system added into your presentation, which will make you look like a rock star. So now there's a lot of other capabilities through KV Core. I wouldn't want you guys to get overwhelmed. If I were to say, well, Josh, where do I start so I don't feel overwhelmed but I still make some great progress? Well, I would say the Open House app. It's a simple thing that's going to be helpful. Uploading all of your contacts into the CRM, because that's super important. Until you do that, your system is not going to function properly. Setting up your social media, learning how to do the listings and the property boost, and then learn the presentations with CMA. Those are the 5 things I would focus on first, because you're going to utilize those items multiple times and very frequently. A lot of the other items that you are going to be utilizing, you can figure that out later, and you can coordinate with other referral programs, and they can feed directly into this system, and it will make it much more simple for you as an agent to stay organized. So again, this system is inexpensive. As you can see, a very robust system, a lot you can do with it. It may seem a little bit overwhelming at first, but if you focus on the correct things, you will get enough training for that. Now, if you are looking for training for KV Core, on the main page, there is a course, a Agent Quick Start. This trains you on all the steps, how to manage this system, and then they have live calendar trainings, and then they have webinars every week. So if I go to the live trainings, I go to Mountain Standard Time, I can look on here, and there is a ton of classes on a bunch of different items. So the key to success in, and you can add this to your Google Calendar as well to learn how to get better trained on that. So now, how long to expect to become proficient? For you to build your foundation, which is your CRM and website, it is going to take you probably 6 months. And it's going to take you 6 months by spending at minimum, if you spend at least an hour a day during the weekdays, Monday through Friday, spend an hour a day, that's it. You do that for 6 months, you will be very proficient. You will be an expert on this platform, and you will be thanking yourself years to come. I'm telling you, it is so difficult to try to come back after you start to get busy in the industry and then build your system. You get used to the other way, which is inefficient, and then you don't have the time frame to scale, because now you're trying to keep up and you need the money. If you do this first, you will scale much faster. You will get to the point where it takes agents 2 years to get to. You can do that in 6 months. And then by that time, you will be passing people up because they can't scale like you can by having this foundation. So please, please, please take the time to utilize either Pro Agent websites or KV Core. In the JumpStart program, again, you do get this for free for the first year. You just need to let known to Chris or myself that you are in the JumpStart program and that you've selected to have KV Core for the first year. Otherwise, you will be given the Pro Agent website version for free, which is still a great product. But if you're trying to take it to the next level, we've offered this program to our agents. So utilize what you learned here today to build your foundation. You will become successful if you put in the time and effort into building your foundation. So thanks again for joining us today for learning the CRM and website automation. There's a lot more to it, but if you ever have any questions, always feel free to reach out. Thanks so much.